So walk me through the use case typically. So someone on your sales staff goes and reaches out to a business, to a government agency, and says, "Hey, that you're doing your kind of your typical business development. Hey, we have this pool of drone pilots. We can come shoot your thing when you want, and we'll help facilitate that type of piece." And they say, "Hey, I have this job." They say, "Cool. When we do, we'll let you know." And then I'm thinking in my head, this is how I'm thinking it works. And then they say, "Oh, we have $10,000 to do this for 3 months to have this person come out and shoot." And then you send out that kind of job application or job RFP, if you will, to these people, and they bid. Or how does the whole thing come go down?
Yeah. So from the client standpoint, a couple of different use cases for that would be helpful. So I guess like we work with an environmental consulting firm that does inspection work on properties when they're changing hands, or because the business wants to have an environmental inspection report done. But for example, there's a client we're working with right now that is purchasing a number of different properties. That's part of this whole chain of businesses, and there's, I don't know, maybe about 50 different locations. They want to have an assessment done. The environmental firm is going to do an assessment of, what is the status of those different properties? What do they look like right now? What type of issues may there be? And they're doing a whole bunch of different analysis on it. But one of the things that they need to see is, what does it look like right now? So, in terms of, COVID and the impact on it, before they might have put people on they might put people on planes, or might have had folks go out and go visit those locations and check them around. But with the pandemic, and this has helped accelerate everybody's movement into drones, is, they utilize us now to send a drone pilot out there. We do orbital shots all around the property. We do close-up shots of it. We give them all kinds of different data and different abilities to evaluate that property, from the drone. The drone takes a whole bunch of different pictures, what's called an orthomosaic, where they do an orbital video around it, or they do different location shots of it, take close-up shots of, they can do roof analysis of it, they can do parking lot analysis on it. There's all kinds of things they can do with that. And then it feeds it back up to them. We put it into the cloud, and then they can pull all of those assets down for them to analyze. So it's a lot easier for them to do it that way, and it's a lot cheaper, frankly, in a way, because I can send a drone pilot out there who's local, rather than them putting people on planes and putting them out there to go take a look at all those different properties. So that's sort of, from the client side, that's sort of one use case. And then we also do, for example, a lot of construction monitoring. It's very helpful for construction companies, especially large construction companies that have people in lots of different places. They have a large construction project going on. Lots of different people need to see what's going on with it. And so we have several different projects we're working on where once a week, the pilot goes out and he films that site. And he does what's great about it is he does the exact same pictures in the exact same spot every time. He gets the same position in the air every time, takes the same camera angle, so they can really see what is the progress on that facility.
Is that pattern, I'm sorry to interrupt, but is that manually, or is that software based?
No, it's software based.
Cool.
So, what we try and do is pre-program the missions as much as we can, so that essentially the pilot who is going out to that location is really just putting the drone in the air, and then the software that we utilize, it's not our software, but the software we utilize basically takes over from there. And it allows us to really, on a quality control basis, really deliver the same product to the client every time. And they know that they're getting it. It's in the exact same position every time. And they can really sort of do an analysis from week to week. And people in different offices can see it from week to week and see what's going on. Their management team can see it. Well, how's that project going on in Des Moines? Well, let's pull up the latest shots, and they can do a progression video of it and really see. So those jobs come in, we put them out to the network. Generally, we put them out to the network of pilots. We'll put it out. We can do it two different ways in our platform. We can put it out as a bid situation where this is the job, bid on it, let us know what you're willing to do this for on a weekly basis, or if it's a one-time job. More often than not, though, we put it out there as this is what we're willing to pay for the job. And, and then pilots will come in and apply for it and say, yeah, I want it. And I'm willing to do it. And they'll accept the pay or not. So generally that's the way we do it, but we have the ability to do it both ways.